I appreciate everyone coming down here to see this demo. We're going to be demoing some really cool, innovative products that we've designed here at Laticrete International. My name is Elvis Torres. I'm the product manager for the entire concrete substrate prep division. So that includes all your self-leveling, moisture mitigation, patches, repairs, all the stuff that you need to fix concrete and level concrete, and wood as well. And we also are here with Mr. Joe Rizzo. He's our sales director. So if anyone's needing any information for your local sales rep, please, Joe is here to definitely help you out in that situation. We're really excited. This is our first show, our first NWFA show, and it's not going to be our last. We're going to continue doing on it, and we wanted to show these awesome products that takes to level floors, get them to the tolerances that you need them for wood finishes. I'm going to be running back and forth because I don't want to mix here and make a lot of noise for Joe as he's going through the presentation. Thankfully, these products are lightweight, so I can kind of run back and forth nice and easily. And we'll kick it off with a little bit of our company. So since, again, this is our first show, and then from there kind of go into the features and benefits of each product that we're demoing 2 products today, Skim Light and NXT Level Plus Light. Appreciate it.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. As Elvis said, I'm Joe Rizzo. Very happy to be here at our first showing at the wood show, and let me say, you guys are a much handsomer audience than the tile people and resilient people that we normally talk with, so good for you. For those that don't know Laticrete, we have been around for almost 70 years. We are a third-generation, family-owned, professionally managed company with locations around the world. We're out of Connecticut. It's kind of interesting when we go to shows like Coverings, which is next week, which is a tile show, people know who Laticrete is because we got into the business through tile setting mortars. But this is a little bit of a different crowd, so we thought we would talk a little bit about us so you get an idea of the company that you're dealing with just in case you don't know us. We have locations all over the world, both offices and manufacturing facilities, 4 research centers around the globe. That 1,800 number is probably closer to 2,000 by now. We have been growing internationally in leaps and bounds, and in this product category, we have become recognized as one of the manufacturers who is a solid player in concrete and substrate preparation. 7 manufacturing locations in the U.S., which pretty much means that any one of our products is easily found. You're not going to have a difficult time finding Laticrete products pretty much anywhere around the country. What Elvis and I do is we work on the products that are meant to prepare and repair concrete or wood for the application of final flooring. So we do underlayments, we do patches, we do skims. We also do overlays for polishing and wear-bearing surfaces. However, most of what we're going to talk about today is in the line of underlayments and skim coats, specifically that can be used for the application of wood flooring. We decided to talk about our lightweight products here, which are some of our most recent, very innovative products. However, we have a complete line of traditional self-leveling materials. Our flagship material in terms of the amount of material used around the U.S. is a product called NXT Level Flow, and that product is named after its main characteristic. It moves, it's easy, it's economical for a contractor because of the amount of flow, and it flattens very, very well. Self-leveling is a technical but more of a marketing term in that there is a different process for leveling versus flattening a floor. Beyond the scope of this presentation for time, but if you guys have any questions about the specifics of how to get a floor in a condition where you're either meeting an elevation or meeting a flatness level, we would be more than happy to speak with you. Our next product from the Flow is a product called Level, 1,000 PSI higher, and a turnaround time that's less than 24 hours for placing final flooring. Our Plus material is sort of a unique, it's a little bit of a unicorn in that not only can it go over wood subfloors like OSB, plywood, and products like Advantech, which are notoriously difficult to bond to, and I apologize for using a brand name, but they are so well known as far as waterproofed OSB and so popular in certain parts of the country. So our NXT Level Plus with the right primer can go over even Advantech, and the real beauty of it is no lath is required, and you can go down to a 1/4 inch, which is a rarity in being able to get a self-leveling to stick over difficult wood substrates at that thin of an application. And finally, the self-leveling that we're going to talk about, that you're going to see today, is our Level Plus Light. It helps to go forward instead of back. So Level Plus Light was a product that we designed to make sure that it felt like a good self-leveling, because there's a lot of lightweights out there, but getting one that flows like what we traditionally think of the better self-leveling materials has proven a challenge, specifically because of the lightweight aggregate. So this product, as you'll see, flows extremely well. It has a strength that is that of a standard weight self-leveling product, up to 4,400 PSI, depending on the amount of water that's used. And it's a true lightweight in that it is 70 pounds per cubic foot. So to give you an idea, concrete is 145 to 150 pounds. Gypsum, which a lot of people think of as a lightweight material, is about the same as lightweight concrete, and they both weigh in at around 110 to 115 pounds per cubic foot. NXT Plus Light weighs in at 70. So at 1 inch thick over 1 square foot, you're talking about a load that does not exceed 5.8 pounds per square foot per inch. Rather a low figure, and you still get the strength and the flowability. No silica in this product that is respirable as per the definition of OSHA, so no respirable silica to worry about. And as Elvis will show you, you can see right now what it looks like. You want to go to the next slide? I will get you to the next slide, my friend. So you guys have noticed I've been able to scam Elvis now for about 3 or 4 presentations where I get to stand behind the podium, look pretty, and just say words while he does all the work. So he's the real hero in this demo. And by the way, if anybody wants to come and take a closer look, please feel free. If anybody wants to grab a smoother and use a product. So you can see that it has a self-leveling consistency. It looks, feels, tastes, and smells like a standard weight product. But the bag is 27 pounds, and it yields as much as a 50-pound bag. So the reason that you would use a product like this is twofold. One, you have a specification that says you cannot exceed a certain amount of load over the floor that you're going, over the substrate that you're going. And we see that a lot in historic structures. We see that a lot in structures where it might be a little bit precarious to figure out how much load the building can take. But the other advantage of it is the health and safety of the mechanic applying the product. In the course of a long day where you swing a lot of bags of material and either manually mix them or feed them into a pump, and this product, by the way, is pourable and pumpable, it's a lot easier to move around 27-pound bags than 50-pound bags. So a twofold advantage, both structural and for the safety of the mechanic. Elvis?
Does anyone want to give it a try? Push it around. You can see how nice and lightweight it is. But to Joe's point, we took a while to... Oh, perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We took a long time developing this product. We wanted to... Obviously, it bears the NXT Level Plus name. So we wanted to improve the performance of our standard NXT Level Plus, which bonds to wood without the use of lath. So that's the nice feature of that product. No need for lath. Just goes over a plywood floor OSB or plywood floor with just priming. So we said, all right, let's innovate on that formula that we have and come out with a lightweight version. Thank you, sir. And that's what we did. So to Joe's point, he already mentioned all the great features and benefits of it being lightweight. It's fiber reinforced. It can be poured up to 4 inches thick. Usually lightweight products are being poured at a very thick application depth, right? Because you're pouring so much material onto a concrete deck that obviously needs a lot to reach tolerances for the final flooring, and they're usually deep pours. So again, it's fiber reinforced. It is able to be poured at 4 inches, and then it being over 4,000 psi is quite impressive for a lightweight self-leveler, because most of you're taking the stuff out that makes a product. The stuff that makes the product strong is also what gives it its weight. So I think we found that perfect match between the two.
We have a network of technical representatives pretty much anywhere in the country. Not only can you find product, but you can get technical support. And we consider being able to provide that as a very helpful thing. By a show of hands, how many here are actively involved in doing substrate preparation of some kind? So we've got a bunch. And then again, by a show of hands, how many are just the final flooring installers that use subcontractors that specialize in substrate prep? So we've got a mostly active, self-performing crowd here, which is great. The other product that we're going to show today is Skim Light, but before getting to that, just wanted to show you a picture of an application. This was in Northern California. It was an OSB substrate that was used, and you can see sort of from the picture the level of flatness that you can expect from using this product. So, on to Skim Light, also a lightweight product. It comes in an 8-pound bag, and it yields at least as much or more than most of the other skims that are out there in the market. At a true skimming, we will get 380 square feet over concrete that just needs a light skim, and well over 200 square feet over wood that maybe needs a little bit of a thicker skim. The product gets extremely hard. It is, even though it's an underlayment, it is resistant to traffic from caster wheels and other demanding applications that you might find, let's say, in a hospital, or other applications where you've got a lot of sharp point loading. Additionally, it has no respirable silica, just like the Level Plus Light, so that's not a concern. Because of its lightweight, it's not only the weight of the bag that's important in a product like this. 8 pounds versus 10 pounds, not a big difference. But again, the health and safety of the mechanic who's applying it. Over the course of a long day, this continuous repetitive motion does get to be a lot more difficult with even that difference in weight. So you have multiple advantages of being able to skim very finely, get good coverage because of the density of the product in thicker applications, durability, resilience, the capability of being able to go under moisture mitigation systems. Why is that important? Very simply, epoxies are a lot more expensive than skims. So if you can get your floor substrate to a point where it's relatively smooth prior to putting on your moisture mitigation, you save both material money and time in the application of the product. And having that 100% relative humidity feature does ensure a longevity, for the life of your final flooring. Elvis should be coming out here in a second with the product itself. And like before, we welcome anybody who wants to come and mix it up. You can definitely tell the difference in this product, the way it skims. Like our other products, it can go over all types of wooden substrates as well as concrete, including the difficult OSBs. Yes, sir. The question that we have is, can you skim it down to a zero? You can skim this stuff down to the point where it's almost transparent, to the point where sometimes a GC will ask you, are you sure that it's enough? So yes, you absolutely can. The aggregate in this is not only lightweight, but it's very, very fine. It's almost invisible. It's almost as if it didn't have any aggregate at all, although it does. And because of that, and if you take a look where he's doing on the OSB, I mean, he's pulling it to the point where you expose the peaks of the strands in the OSB. It's always more difficult actually to do a small board than a real floor. This particular product does not need a primer. And thank you for asking that question. The self-leveling underlayments all need primers under all circumstances, because primers do two things. Not only do they help bond, but they keep air from coming up through your substrate and into your underlayment, and they keep water from being absorbed into the substrate. The Skim Light has so much polymer in it and other characteristics that it does not need a primer. You can go on a substrate that's smooth as glass, and you'll still get a very good bond. Elvis?
No, that's so. I'm winded. I don't do it enough justice. That's for sure. But to Joe's point, yeah, it can go from pretty much translucent up to 1 inch. Skims are very unique, because when we're developing the skim, you can meet compressive strengths, you can meet flexural strengths, you can meet a lot of different performances that could be measured. The problem with this product is that it's not a problem, it's just a feel. People are so used to a certain feel of what a skim should be. Creamy, smooth, consistent. Because people are on their hands and knees, like I was just doing right now, and doing this all day. And that's something you can't measure. So what we did was that we field trialed this material quite heavily with a lot of our contractors and asked them, what's the product that you prefer right now? And we were gathering all that data and really, I think, nailed down a great consistency product that gives you the open time you need, but also then kind of cures quickly. So in 20 minutes, as soon as 20 minutes, you can go over it with final flooring. So it cures really quick, but gives you the open time. And nice thing about this as well is that if it starts curing on you in the pail, you can re-whip it and it kind of comes back to life, which is nice. No additional water or powder needed, just re-whip it and it gets that loose consistency again, and then you can keep on going.
How are we doing on time?
I'm sorry? Can you nail through it? I mean, you can. You can nail through it if you wanted to. You can
absolutely nail through. You can nail through both of these. You want to give them a sufficient enough time to set and get a little bit of strength. But we have a lot of contractors that will do a wide open space and then do their framing after they've done the leveling. And you can nail through into wood, but you can also nail through using a ram set into concrete. Works very well. Not a problem at all.
The thing here is also too, at Laticrete, we like to keep our product line as simple as possible. So we have our underlayments do multiple different features, and same thing with Skim Light. So Skim Light has a bunch of different features incorporated into it that you typically have to buy multiple other skims to do. So it's exterior rated, it's fiber reinforced, it's caster wheel safe. So like rapid jobs at a hospital, right? You're doing a floor, you start moving beds and stuff like that with those hard caster wheels. That's a high point load. This product actually has a better resistance to wear than even our overlays, which are our final, that is your final flooring and overlay. So this product even has stronger surface resistance than that. So a lot of thought went into this product, and to give the customer just a one and done, that's the only thing that they need in their truck.
Do we have any more questions? The question was, is this considered a moisture barrier? No, it is not. It can withstand 100% relative humidity, but it is a pass-through system. So the moisture with both of these, with all our cementitious products, the moisture will pass through, but if your floor above is not moisture tolerant, you still need to use a moisture barrier. We do make various systems of moisture barriers if you require that kind of protection.
To kind of piggyback on that question too, you can apply this product to our moisture barriers as well, and they will bond to it. So a lot of people look at epoxies, because currently we have epoxy-based moisture mitigation, and they're so smooth you don't think anything can bond to them, but Skim Light can. So you can skim before moisture barrier and after. Either way works.
And the reason that you would skim over a moisture barrier is if you're using a water-based glue that needs a substrate into which it can release some water, and since the epoxies are pretty much 100% impervious, you need to put a kiss coat of either self-leveling or a skim just to drink up that water and to ensure that your glue dries. Well, I would like to thank everyone, if there are no other questions, for your participation. And we're in booth 2220. if you want to stop by, and we'll be here all week.
Appreciate your time. We have a lot of awesome products over there. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.